Welcome folks to Raid Shadow Legends. Today I'm gonna do a video on Nightmare Hydra and see how we do. Rotation 2 I do okay, about 60 mil usually. So rotation 3 is gonna be a little bit harder because of the affinities I got for the team. We won with the Rappler Strength team. This is a team that I first saw by Nub Raids about a year ago. The only difference is I don't have Obama. So I use Tutori here with Perfect Veil to try to keep the fears down as much as I can. But let's see how we do. This is going to be a bit long video, so let's see if I can get a good run. I'm aiming for about 67 mil is what I'd like to get. We don't need to worry about Perfect Veil here because there's no Head of Torment yet. I'm just going to put up the debuff block. Big part of this fight will be trying to get the Head of Decay under control with Provoke, which I have a Provoke set on Necmo. So sometimes it lands, sometimes it does not. And we didn't get a land, so we're just going to restart. We'll regroup until I get at least that first Provoke to land. Ooh, I don't do a good round. We could survive without it going at first, but I just try to get off to a good start. That's what I always try to aim for on these runs that we do here. The one thing this team does not have is it does not have a reviver on it. Hence why I don't get a whole lot more damage done. Alright, there we go. We got our Provoke. Now we can go. So I have to be real careful with reflect damage, because reflect damage will seriously hurt my team, especially with Rapplos. If I land a very big hit, it can easily wipe me out. We're going to try to get rid of these two heads here on the left first, because you got the Poison Cloud, which could put that out and make our damage a lot less if he gets it out. Right now I got Provoke defense down on most of the guys, so we don't have to worry about it. But when his cooldown of 5 turns gets down, we'll have to make sure we keep an eye out on that. Alright, let's get rid of that stuff. Just gonna keep picking on the Head of Decay here. One of the things that can really suck about these heads, if I don't keep that defense down and the block buff down on them, they can get beat up pretty much where everything's a weak hit, and then just damage goes way down. And granted, with my count, this isn't a high-scoring team. It's just a team that I can run on Nightmare and get to the top chest out of Nightmare mode. Gets our guild a decent amount of clash points, nothing major, but enough to help out the clan. Basically run this team on Nightmare, then I run a team on Brutal, and then my third team I run on Normal because it can't quite handle hard yet. My Brutal team is a Makaji Ninja combo team. And then my normal team right now has Thor and Sun Wukong for its damage numbers. Which I'd like to do something different for that normal team, but I just don't have the right pieces yet to kind of get Sun Wu out of there and get a better damage dealer into that group. Hence one of the reasons I can't do hard with that group yet, because it just doesn't have the overall numbers to get people out of the hedge when they get decapitated. Or eaten, sorry, not decapitated. See, I didn't get that provoke down. He cleansed all those buffs on me. Now I gotta try and get everything back, which I'm okay, because Poison Cloud can't do his buff yet, which is good. But I still want to get some stuff down as soon as we can, so they can't buff themselves up and steal my buffs. So we got good time in there. We got, ooh, 2 of them saved, sadly. Nothing we can do about that, though. We'll keep working on the Head of Decay here. Overall, affinity-wise, this isn't a great affinity group for damage. Half the time, 2 of the heads are weak hits for me, and then most of the other guys, just no strong hits going in there at all. A lot of our success as we get deeper in will come down to a matter of which heads pop up, and then if I can keep their buffs under control. Now, usually I try to keep track of Raphlus's hit counts, because he does have those special attacks where every 5th attack does more damage. And his A2, every other hit does an AoE instead of A1, and I've already lost track because I've been too busy talking in the video. And I haven't been writing it down, so we're going to have to be careful with him, since I don't know where his attack sequence is right now. And I don't always remember what damage he can do with and without the bonus and with the bonus. I almost wish there was, not just for Raphless, but for a couple other champs, that there was some type of counter token they would put over top of the champions' heads when they've got special skills like that, where you can keep track of what the attacks were on them. That would come in real handy, like when you want to do certain attacks or not. It would be a huge quality of life improvement, really. I mean, it's... Most people will probably know. Their memory is just way better than mine. So, alright, there we go. Our first Aiden guy, which is always Raphlos, because the first guy they target is the guy with the highest crit damage in your group. After that, it's RNG on who they target. The first couple times I have champions getting Aiden, it's not too bad, as long as they don't got the buffs that make me do guaranteed weak hits. So we should be good to go for a while, as long as we keep everything under control and get some good RNG for what heads spawn and despawn on us. That's always a factor in these Hydra runs. You've got the randomness of which heads will respawn on you. You know, sometimes you can have a good streak and the right ones pop. Other times you can have a real bad streak and it can get pretty ugly pretty quick. generally, with the new changes to Hydra, I generally only want to take one head down at a time if I can. It just helps me max out on the damage for when the heads come back. Because if you get multiple heads popping back, you get too many heads with immunity going on. So if you can time them to where they're not all down at the same time, especially if you can't do a lot of damage, it'll help you keep your damage a little bit more consistent. Because now they got that full turn where they're immune to damage. Also, the fact that the heads can pop up by the time you drain their HP bar again, so they don't stay out there for a full turn anymore if you're doing a lot of damage. And right now, obviously, I'm not getting a lot of strong hits on that guy with some of my other champions, which does cut down on the damage quite a bit in this group. Oop, target one. I should have did the guy on the left. I would have got more damage, but it's a mistake I made. Head of mischief. Alright, no head of decay back yet. Just concentrate on this head of decay over here. Much as we can. Even though it's weak affinity, you still do a lot more damage because of the bonus you get to decapitated heads. It's going pretty good so far. When I'm working on this guy will slowly die. So that should give me a good turn to get around to getting another head to work on that's dead. And it's kind of what you want to do. Get to where you're always working on one or two heads at a time at the most. And then have another heads that just kind of get ready to get taken down when you get done beating on the one head. So that's how I see it right now. I mean, I'm not an in-game player though, so I mean in-game players might have a totally different strategy because they dish out so much damage. Head of poison. Alright, we gotta... see, this is bad. I wish this skill was available right now. As soon as he gets a turn, he's gonna go and put poison cloud up on everybody. So we gotta see if we can get back around to Ugo before he goes. Which we should be able to here. Got it on 3. We didn't get this guy, so this guy's going to get protected with the poison cloud here shortly. But we got the Hex, so we'll do damage to him through Hex at least. We'll just keep pounding on this head here. I forget who that was. Probably Head of Wrath it was, I want to say. I'm not doing too bad. 20 mil damage so far. It's not the best run, but I think for this rotation for this team, it's pretty decent so far. Alright, now we gotta avoid this guy. That reflect damage could hurt real bad. And this is where it's like, I don't know where Rathalos' attacks are right now, so I gotta kind of avoid his attacks here a bit. Especially his A2 right now, because I know his A2 is on the multiple hit target. So I can't use that until that's gone, because that's too risky to where Rathalos will die. And like I said, I don't have a reviver. So once somebody dies, that's it. I don't have no more for the fight. Head of Torment. Lovely. Get some block defense out. Oop, gotta avoid that A2. Just until this is gone, that reflect damage. It's unfortunately the way it is. Because I need to keep better count. It's basically what it comes down to. Still gotta be careful though, because I could get provoked to attack this guy, so it could get dangerous. What we got here? Okay, yeah. We gotta attack a weak head, because I don't want to get feared by him at the moment. Nope, we'll stay with the A1 right now. A little bit of healthy respect for that reflect damage. Now, if I'm at full health and have shield from Mithralis, sometimes I can do that attack and I'll survive. So we may switch to that here shortly. We'll see. Oh, I failed. Ugh, got weird. Alright, they're gone, so let's go with that. I need one more turn, and then I can get my veil up. Right now the veil's hurting me. Good thing is I'm not going to get eaten anytime soon, so I still got time to get all this stuff under control. Perfect. Now we don't got any more fears to worry about. Well, the ones we have do. Big boy hit. Didn't do a whole lot of damage because, yeah, right now they're all not great affinity for me overall. Health back with leech. We have Necmo doing leech, so that helps on keeping my party healed also. Alright, that head is down. Gives us some stuff to work with. Let's get rid of all these debuffs. Under that fear. Obama, or I should say Shamel. Shamel's the proper name, but a bunch of people call him Obama, so I've kind of gotten used to doing that. Shamel would be a Inquisitor Shamel, I should say. Would manage to fear here a lot better than Totoro does with the Perfect Veil. But I don't have that guy yet, so. And now my answer is Totoro, and then I got Rector Draft in one of my other teams that helps deal with it. Rector Draft's not strong enough for me to bring up here into this group yet. Once I get better gear for him, maybe I'll swap him out, that way I have a reviver here. But maybe before then I'll pull somebody that would be better, whether it's Obama or even like a Duchess would be great because of the revive and the Perfect Veils would be come in pretty huge. got 34 mil right now. I need about 3 more mil to guarantee me the top level chest. I'd like to hit at least 60 mil if we can. 60 mil is a good average for me on nightmare runs. So I'm okay with that, and I'll accept the key at 60 mil. Anything close to that, I'd have to think about if I want to redo the key or not. But usually once I hit that number, I don't worry about it. I accept the key is done and then go ahead and move on at that point. Not like in a top clan where every clash point truly matters a whole lot. You know, so it's more about making sure I get the top chests, and also at least doing decently with all my teams for Clash. I can usually hit about at least 600 mil right now in Clash points, which for me is good enough right now, because that guarantees me 2 of the extra Clash chests every week. And then I'm slowly trying to push that number up higher each week. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it doesn't. It just really comes down to the rotation and the randomness for me. You know, so if I can get a good start on Nightmare, that makes it real good. And then Brutal, I try to get a real good run there when I can. And then the normal run, the normal key I sometimes just run on auto, so it doesn't do it well. But if we're close on Clash points and we need Clash points, then I make sure to try to do as good as I can there. Alright, so far this is looking good. Ooh, 2 heads at once. And we got a 3rd head. That's what I don't want to see, is that 3rd head dropping, but it's probably going to on us here. Not much we can do about that, sadly. Do some heals here, debuffs. Good thing is we only got the head of Blaze right now to deal with, which isn't too bad, but definitely don't want him swallowing at somebody and then having to get reflect damage. That would be... He's like the worst head to have reflect damage on. I mean, he does extra damage as his counter gets higher, and it hurts. I don't need any shields right now, so I just went damage there. Oh, that's decent. 741. Take that. Alright, that guy's back, and Head of Mischief, Head of Mischief can be a pain, but if you get Hex on him, then he's not too bad to deal with. So we'll try to get Hex on him before anything bad happens. That way we can still hit him if we need to on the target. Let's go ahead and shield up now. Oop, wrong hit. I should have chose the guy on the left. That would have been a better damage hit. Alright, we got 2 heads that are protected from damage right now. Oh, that one's Poison Cloud. That's... Alright, we gotta get block defense up on a couple of these guys. Not block boss, sorry. There's a Hex. Nice, I like that being up already. And a DK. Alright, so we got no block debuffs going to be going up. That's... Oh, that's bad actually. That's gonna... It's not gonna be good, because that means... I'm not gonna get a provoke off if that Poison Cloud goes first. Alright, see if I can get provoke here. We need it. Alright, we got provoke, so we don't have to worry about the boss being wiped out. But we still got the Poison Cloud that's gonna prevent him from being damaged a lot. Unless I can get lucky, get around to Ugo, and he does a does his attack and then resets through Relentless gear that he has on. If I can do that, I can get the skill off, but it's RNG. Nope, there we go. So we got 2 poison clouds. That means these guys aren't good to hit. I mean, because they would be weak hits now, so it's not the best situation, really. But I'm not going to be 8ing anytime soon. I got 10 turns, so that's pretty good there. I don't have to worry about who I'm hitting right now. So I can kind of weather this poison cloud right now. The only bad part is I'm not going to be able to provoke this head again, so he will cleanse buffs when he gets his second turn. And there's nothing I can do about that because of the poison cloud. Now, champion that can place provoke and not place the provoke through an attack, but actually places it, can get past that poison cloud. So if you got somebody that does that, like Molly, that's where she comes real good. She places her provoke, so she could get past the poison clouds. So I mean, she may. I'm entertaining the idea of maybe swapping my Necmo out for Molly. I'll lose speed stuff though on this team doing that, so I'm not sure if that's something I want to do yet or not. I mean, she also has a revive, which is really nice for this team. But like I said, I would lose the speed control, increase speed, decrease speed. I would also lose leech. Which might be bad, because then I wouldn't be getting no kind of healing out of this group, except for when Ugo has his individual heal. So I'm not really sure how the group would perform. I mean, it's... I guess when I get Molly built, I may test it and just see how it does overall. But I just don't know. Losing speed and leech on the team might hurt me worse than gaining that guaranteed provoke and the leech healing that I'm getting. Alright, now we gotta try and get buffs down because he cleansed them. But that's alright. I don't have to worry about provoke for turns now. Alright, let's get some healing off there a little bit. So far, this run's doing good. We're in control right now. I'd like to get some more stuff up on these guys, but the only bad part is we're not clearing the other two right now. Not a whole lot of AoE damage going on. But so far, it's looking like a good run overall. It's definitely one I feel that we're definitely going to be able to keep. Which is probably good for this video, to keep the video a little bit shorter instead of being super long. You know, usually with these Raid Shadow Legend videos, I don't bother to edit them. I just kind of shoot them and then post them. I just don't want to do a whole lot of editing on these videos right now. Maybe if viewership picks up and I pick up steam with this account, maybe I will. I mean, this is actually the first Hydra Assassin I've recorded. You know, I'm kind of doing that to see what that does, and then also maybe allow some of our guild mates that are in my guild to see what this team can do on Nightmare at my level. Need to get Provoke buff off, but that's not happening so far. That's what I don't like. I don't like when they eat you and have a shield buff on them. That could be trouble. Alright, let's see. Let's get rid of that shield at least. And he ate strength, so I lost my secondary damage dealer. Rafflos just got provoked, so if I can't cleanse that, he won't get an attack on him. But I should still get this guy out with no problem. Oh, we got a cleanse. Let's see if we can get rid of the provoke. That we did. Put up some buffs. And let's get the big boy hit here. There we go. Alright, let's do another cleanse. Get some shield. Can we get the provoke? Yes, we got the provoke. So that we don't have to worry about him this turn. All these heads are kind of at full strength right now. This means we won't be doing a lot of damage for a bit. Yeah, we'll keep working on this head of decay. Targeted the wrong head up, didn't go anyhow, so. Had his suffering got protected a little bit, that's alright. Hopefully we can get some debuffs back on these guys pretty quick. Otherwise they will start buffing up. We don't want them to do. We don't want that getting out of control. We got 3 more turns before Necmo gets 8 in here. So hopefully we can get the head of decay down before then. Didn't go cleanse there because I needed to make sure we got the block debuffs down on them. Without that, things could have got much worse. So we'll just have to take some hits on the damage here, unfortunately. But Mithrala's next turn should do a cleanse. Same thing with Ugo. Should be able to do the cleanse with her. Not sure if Ugo's a her, actually. I mean, that might have been a bad thing, I don't know. Not worse, I've called some other champions hers that were nowhere near being called hers, but... Alright, there we go, we got the cleanse off. Feel great about that. Alright, that's the single target one. You gotta remember the AoE's next for that. Let's get our Necmo out of there, and then get back to beating down the head of decay before he gets that shield regen. If you don't get the shield down, they regen to full health. So it's something you definitely want to make sure you're focused on when you can. I mean, sometimes when somebody's hating you, you got to get your ally out first. Or make sure you're going to have enough hits to get the ally out. Especially against some heads. Some heads actually have a skill that will give an extra turn. You know, so like, if this guy was getting that extra turn, you know, him taking one turn, you'd lose the character. You know, which, like, yeah, actually Head of Suffering does have it. When he goes, this could be bad news. So I do need to make sure we get Necmo out here. See that? He took that extra turn. Now, if Necmo would have been there, he'd have been gone. That would have been it. It would have been all over with. Alright, let's see if we can get the shield down. Alright, Perfect Veil's going to be nice here. Let's cleanse all those fears away. Provoke back on that guy. Kind of late on the provoke, but multi-hit there. Get the HP burns out. These poisons, even though the poisons weren't going to really hurt you, but I like staying topped off if I can. Get our hex out. We do gotta get block buffs down though, because he's getting ready to throw out his poison cloud. So we either have to kill him, which I want this shield down, so that's what we're concentrating on. Alright, here's the block buffs. Got it. Except for on this guy here, we didn't get it on there. That's okay, I'm not worried about that guy being protected right now. I'd like to get the shield down, but I don't know if we're going to. It's going to be close. Oh, thank you. Got it down. He also gets stunned, which is nice. So we gain some extra there. Alright, let's get the head of poison down if we can. Perfect fails. Get rid of the fears. Oh, head of torment. So, wow. See if we can get. It's actually good timing though, because everybody was veiled up, so I can freely hit this guy. Affinity's not the greatest, but we should still be able to get him out in time. Should come out right there, and he goes down. Block debuffs out there. Let's remove one of those buffs. It's actually turning out to be a good run for me. I believe my record for Nightmare Hydra is 78 mil. So yeah, we're starting to make grounds to that. Now granted, that was rotation 2 for 78 mil. I don't have a lot of runs on Nightmare. I think I started doing it at the start of rotation 2, about 4 weeks ago. So I don't have a lot for it. You know, but every week I try to improve a little bit. Getting harder to improve these guys without actually getting great gear rolled on. That's kind of what they're lacking, gear and possibly blessings on some of these guys. You know, higher blessings would help out a little bit. Arena bonuses from Live Arena would help out a lot more, but I'm slowly working on those, so that would increase the numbers. But other than that, it's just getting better gear. Like, none of these guys have Savage, Lethal, or even Slayer or Merciless. I haven't been able to get a full set of those and keep at least the stats that these guys have. I would lose either too much defense or not enough speed. Different factors that just prevent me from going to those stats. But I'm slowly working on it. I'm slowly getting better Centranos groups. You know, so I'm starting to get more of the gear out of Centranos, which is where you can get Merciless gear, which to me, Merciless and Slayer are kind of the end game sets for damage dealers for the most part. You know, so trying to build them up, and then also trying to get the accessories for Merciless is harder because there's only one chest on normal mode that you can get it from, and that's from the boss. And then on hard mode, there's only a few bosses. I want to say maybe 5. I could be mistaken on that. That you can get the accessory chest out of. So accessories are not easy to come back by, especially if you're a beginner account, you're just building up. To give you an example, I've already, this rotation for Centranos, I've already done as much as I can on hard. I've already hit roadblocks where I just don't have the strength in the champions that I have available to me to get past the parts that I'm stuck at right now. So now I'm just farming normal, and you know, about a week from now, 2 weeks from now, I'll switch back over to hard, see what I can clear out in the hard areas. Maybe make some progress, maybe not. But that's all I can do until I get more of a champion selection built up. You know, which just takes time. Especially as free to play. You're not buying your way to more champions by buying summon shards. You're not buying energy to consistently run dungeons over and over to get you the gear and the silver to enhance that gear. So it takes time. As free to play, you've got to have a lot of patience, because if you don't have patience for progression, then you're not going to do well overall. You're going to rush things the wrong way. And I'll admit, there's sometimes I rush stuff to where I shouldn't. Like sometimes I'll summon void shards, even though I knew my chances of getting that champion that I'm after. Like Ishmael right now, I've been using every void shard I can to try to get Ishmael, even though I'm nowhere near mercy count on it. So my chances of getting that are already low. You know, technically I'd be better off saving the shards for some other fusion event that needs them, or for any other type of event, or a multiply X2 void or void +1 event. But I really want that Ishmael, so I'm wasting my void charge trying to get it right now. But oh wow, I wasn't paying attention. I did reflect damage there. That's ew. God, I gotta pay attention. Sorry guys. I almost ended our run right there, and right now we got our best team run. This is huge. I love it. Now my goal is to hit 90 mil. If we can hit 90 mil, that's going to be great. Who can we hit here? Yeah, hit this weak head. Alright, let's get some shields up. Head of Mischief, this is... he's got Hex on, so I can target him since he's got Hex. If he didn't have Hex, I'd have a hard time getting Raplos out. And this is still going to be hard, you know, because Raplos is my primary damage dealer. And right now, Skrank is feared. So I'm going to lose an attack here, possibly. Unless I can cleanse it. Nope, didn't get it cleansed. So that's bad. Let's see if he gets the attack off. He did, thank God. But as you can see, not much damage. This is... I might lose Raplos here, sadly. This is probably the start of the end of the run for me. Unless I get lucky and get Rapalus out. I mean, but he's got one turn left. I got to do massive damage before he goes again. But Head of Mischief regens his speed very fast, and as you can see, I barely did anything there. We're gonna lose Rapalus, so right now I'm just gonna. I need to cleanse, get my defenses set up, and just. He's just gone. There's nothing I can do about it. Weak affinity. I don't have a chance to get him out. Just all we can do now is just keep it alive as long as we can. But depending on which head swallow my next guy, which would be Totoro, I may not get anybody else out again. But 151 turn count. I like the turn count we got to. It's a deep run for us overall, which is great. Now we just gotta try and keep these guys alive long enough and see if I can do 90 mil. 90 mil might not be possible now though. Without Rapalus for that additional damage, it's a lot harder. Because I don't have two guys that can do high damage to get somebody out either. I've only got Strength now. And Strength hits pretty hard, but not like some of the other guys do. I mean, a lot of Strength damage comes for HP burns in here. You know, but against weaker affinities or same affinities, he's just not going to do the amount of damage that the other guys can do. But if we can get a few more hits here on this decapitated head, might be able to hit our 90 mil, which would be nice. Like I said, this is the most damage I've done on Nightmare so far. So I can't complain. This is a great run for me. Alright, there goes Totoro, and the same guy, unfortunately, is the Head of Mischief here, which he regens his turns way too fast. There's just nothing I can do about that. So we're gonna lose Totoro here, and I know that. So we're just gonna keep focusing on this guy here. See what we can do, get that 90 mil damage that I really want. Now we got it. Now we'll just keep pushing and try to get to 100. You know, I doubt 100 is going to be possible here, so maybe 95. Not looking good though, because this guy's getting ready to come back. You know, and now they're going to start eating me a little bit fast. Well, not too much fast. I got 10 turns on Skrank. That's sad to see, because now I know I'm going to lose Skrank here soon. We got no heads anywhere close to being down. Oh, and they got a provoke on me now, which that really hurts. There goes Skrank. Skrank is down. At this rate, I'm willing to bet Mithrala would be my last person standing. Kind of wish it would be Ugo, because Ugo would have a chance to revive people here. But most likely will not. It'll probably be Mithrala, since she has the highest health right now. We're gonna buy these guys as much time as we can. Just keep pushing towards that damage, pushing it higher. Head of Mischief keeps eating the guy. There's like no chance to get him out with the Head of Mischief, sadly. Ugh, such a shame. Just bad timing on who got 8 there, really. If it would have been some of the other heads, I probably would have had enough damage to get guys out. But that's just the randomness of the game, you know. It's... I mean, I guess as you deal more damage with higher level tunes, higher level gear tunes, I should say, you can try to maybe control what heads are up all the time. Well, doesn't look like 95 mil is going to happen. I'm not even going to worry about trying to defense here. I'm just going to take the attacks where I can, get some damage. 93.4. I could get some smites to go off. You know what? Let's remove that fear. Ugh. I didn't get the shield up. Oh, that's it. There's the end of the run. Alright, folks. 93.8 mil. My best run yet on Nightmare. It's good enough for 375 Clash points. I'll take that. Thanks for joining. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.